Hey everyone, I'm Ben Gromiko from InterNACHI, and this is a free live online InterNACHI webinar. And you can register and attend any webinar or watch any video recording of a webinar, because we record every one of them, at nachi.org/webinars. And that's nachi.org/ and that's that thing by the question mark on your keyboard, webinars, nachi.org/webinars. Today we have a special guest, Ecosense, my buddy Marc Rosenfeld from Ecosense. We're going to talk about increasing gross revenue for home inspectors in relation to radon devices, radon software, radon services, customer service, and things like that. So thanks, Marc. We did a webinar a little while ago, and it was so successful, I had to invite you back. So thanks again for coming back to InterNACHI webinars.
Well, as I said, Ben, we appreciate it, and it's been really really nice to have the feedback, because you guys have really got a lot of great inspectors and great folks, and it's been a real great experience. So we appreciate you having us back. Thank you.
Awesome. For those attendees who are attending the webinar right now, feel free to ask Marc any question about radon services and money and all that good stuff, and how to market the service and how to increase revenue. Use the Q&A feature on your screen, use the chat feature. We'll be looking at it and attending to the questions maybe as we go or at the end. Marc, what are we going to talk about today?
We are going to talk about, funny you should ask, Ben. We are going to talk about the Ecosense difference. You know, what I'm going to cover today is just a short Ecosense history. Then we're going to talk about the core of it's going to be our Radon Eye Pro, the features and benefits, and really, as you say, how inspectors can earn money and increase their revenue with the Pro. Then we're going to do a little comparison of the Pro with the Sun Radon, Corentium, and the Radolink professional models. I'm not going to get into the weeds with it, but just to kind of go through some of the differences and some of the comparisons that make the Pro a good choice for inspectors. Then we're going to talk a little bit about creating a new revenue stream with Ecosense's long-term continuous monitors. We have a couple of those, and a little bit about business development opportunities. And then we're going to wrap it up with why Ecosense and Q&A. So
Awesome.
if there's any questions if you want to jump in and ask me, that's fine. Otherwise, we can do it towards the end.
That sounds good. Sounds real good.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll get started. Just talk a little bit about Ecosense. We were founded in July of 2019, and we are a technology company headquartered in Silicon Valley. And we really like to stress that, because we've got a whole staff of software engineers, and who are really kind of embedded into the Silicon Valley culture, and that's really our focus. We're solely dedicated to radon detection and monitoring. We've got US patented ion chamber technology in our units, state-of-the-art software development, as I mentioned, and some of our key values are the highest sensitivity. And we're going to talk a lot more about that as we go through any radon monitor out there. Very reliable and accurate results, and feature-rich software applications, if I can say it, smartphone app and web dashboards for our products. So that's just a little bit about Ecosense. And as we said, we're going to talk about building your radon business with Ecosense. For inspectors, we're going to start with the Radon Eye Pro. That's kind of where we everything revolves around. So I'm going to give you a little quick overview here. Then we're going to go into some level of detail, and then we're going to compare it with some of the other products out on the market. First thing to mention, NRPP, NRSB certified. As I mentioned in our last webinar in December, not every state requires this, but a good deal of them do. And we are, any state that requires it, we want to make sure everybody knows NRPP, NRSB certified. Again, onboard ultra sensitive, 30 counts per hour, picocuries per liter instrumentation, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth enabled, so we have maximum connectivity and remote monitoring capabilities. We'll talk a lot more about that. Easy report capability, and since we spoke in December, we've actually made some significant changes and improvements to the report capability. And when people call me, then typically one of the first things they ask, beside price, is about the report. Because
Yeah.
obviously you go out, you do an inspection, you want to have an easy, quick way to get that report to people. And that's, I'd say probably 90% of the time, that's the first question is, let me see the report. So I'm
Yeah.
going to go through that in some detail today. And it's affordable. And we're going to show you in depth how affordable it is. And for InterNACHI members, it's even more affordable because we
Hey.
do offer special pricing.
Good.
So,
Thank
and
you.
that has worked out really well. So Radon Eye Pro, again, NRSB, NRPP, it does come with you get a full set with a really nice carrying bag. It's a small, very easy. I got one right here. If it's not
Yeah.
disappearing behind me into the Bay Bridge.
It's all right.
That's the problem with the backgrounds. It just, everything goes away. So anyway, it's small, easy to cart around. You have a tripod holder, it's a power adapter, step-up cable for a battery, and an extension cable. Doesn't come with a battery, but we do have options for that. I'm gonna go through this a little bit. Basically, to run an inspection, I mean, everything you need is basically on the software app for both iOS and Android. And you can create an account, add new devices via Bluetooth, set up your inspection, and you can set up the wait time. Most states, 48 hours is the typical standard for tests. Some states it's a little less, and sometimes people will do a 72-hour. You can preset that, set up a waiting time if you want, Wi-Fi settings, and then I'm going to click on this, and this is kind of runs you through real quickly, how this works, but it's very simple, very easy to use. So you can set up your inspection, again, the times, you can enable it with Wi-Fi, set it up with the Wi-Fi. Now, a lot of times in a person's home, you're not going to have the Wi-Fi, and you don't need it to run the unit. That's when I make that clear. Everything works off of Bluetooth. The unit itself, the device itself actually stores the data. So once you've done the test, that data is on that unit. And then you can use the, with Bluetooth, you can download it onto your smartphone and generate the report. It will also upload the data. If you have a cell connection, it uploads the data to our cloud service. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about the dashboard and some of the value of that. Okay, so again, you can review the results, share the report, so you can save or generate the report with the inspection data. Click on that. You can add new clients, add company logo, comments, notes, and that we've significantly expanded that. So I'll show you that a little bit. Add site pictures, floor plans, really in detail, and you can do this from the site, or a lot of our inspectors do it like in the truck outside, just to make sure they get it done right away. Or you can send it back because it automatically uploads the data, where some of the bigger companies with somebody at home or somebody in the office, you can actually upload it, and then you go to the next inspection and they can then do the report from the dashboard. So that's a feature that people really like.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I saw notes. I saw logo. That was really cool.
Yeah, it's all in there. And so here's the report. As I mentioned, we showed this a little bit back in December, but we've made some significant improvements based on feedback from our inspectors. And that's one thing that our inspectors really like, is we have made all kinds of changes based on feedback we get. Inspectors are out in the field. They know what's happening. Software engineers are brilliant guys who can design these products, but they're not out doing the inspection. So over the course of 2020, we have made multiple changes to the software, to the dashboard, all from feedback from our inspectors. So this is something that we've really got a lot of kudos for, because we're talking about competitive. A lot of the other companies are doing it their way, and that's fine. And a lot of it works great, but they're not getting the feedback loop. It's not a two-way street. So we've done a lot. The inspection to the first page, you've got your logo. Once the logo is uploaded onto the report, every time you open it up, it automatically will populate the report. So that's nice. Tells you your serial number, who the test was performed for, who was was done by, where it is, how long the test went, and what the dates are, and a little map, GPS of where it was. And now the second page here, we've added, used to be a very small little spot with 100 characters for measurement environment. We've actually expanded that to 1,000 characters, so you can really get into detail. Or, see, it says right there, basement closed, or you can add a picture or, or an image file so you can show exactly where you were. A lot of inspectors like to do that. Not just that it looks nice on the report, but they take a picture so that if anybody moves it, and I know every inspector out there is shaking their head, people
Yeah.
will move it and say, oh, I didn't touch it. Well, if you have a picture of it on the report, there it is. So that's a feature we just added. And again, 1,000 characters, so you have plenty of room to put what you need in there. And then you've got the details of the test with a graph, and it'll show you the overall reading. Also shows you the EPA protocol average. And the EPA basically requires the first 4 hours, the first 4 measures to be eliminated from the test. So we've got both of them on there. And some states require EPA, some states don't. Some inspectors like it, some just want the one. But we have found from talking to probably 150 at least inspectors that there's a need for both. So we've got both of them on there, tells you the calibration date. And then this next page, the comment page, this we've made a tremendous amount of changes to. Originally, it was 100 characters. Again, not a whole lot of room on 100 characters if you start typing. So what we've done here is we've expanded this to 1,000 characters. And again, you can upload. You see, I took this off a report from one of our inspectors. So they'll put a radon health risk information and talking about what does it mean? What does 4.0 mean? The average homeowner has no clue what a picocurie is or what the whole thing means. This way you can just do a image shot and then you can just upload it. Once it's uploaded, every time you open it up, it will populate the report. And of course you can change it. Some people have different images depending on if it's over 4.0, under, if it's over, it might say, hey, mitigate, and this is why.
Yep.
So that is something that we worked on for a long time, and our inspectors love it. Just came out about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
So it's been a really, really nice upgrade. And this next page, there's only one comment page, but I wanted to show a different way to do it. A lot of people like to put a picture of the home. You can put a little bit of verbiage up there, and a picture of the home or a floor plan. So there's not 2 comment pages, just to be clear. I just wanted to show the difference. And then the last page, and just also want to point out, if you don't use these, you don't have a blank page. It eliminates, that page is eliminated from the report. That was something that was a must. And we had to wait a couple extra weeks to get that worked out from the software side, because you don't want blank pages in there.
Sure.
So if they don't use the measurement part or the comment part, it's eliminated, because some people don't do it. So just so you know, you're not adding it blank pages. And then the final page is an hour by hour reading of the radon measurements. And we've also added temperature and relative humidity to the report, again, based on requests from our inspectors. This information was and continues to be in our raw data. So you can actually pull the raw data out as a text file. And that gives you the 1 hour timestamps, the EPA protocol, all the information, but it's in there in a definitely not as sexy of a way. And but we did pull out the temperature and humidity to add that to the report, and that's been really well received. So that's the report. And again, that's probably 70%, Ben, of what people ask us about is, what does that report look like?
Yep.
So now we'll go in quickly through the web dashboard. This allows you to easily manage multiple inspectors and multiple devices. And as I said before, once the data is downloaded after the test, as long as you have a cell connection, it automatically uploads to the cloud, which is radonipro.com. There's no extra service charges or cloud charges for that. And that data is now on there, so you can, if you are connected to Wi-Fi, you can actually monitor the inspection remotely.
Hmm.
Can't turn it on or off. It doesn't do any of the functions, but you can see what's going on with that as it's happening.
Hmm.
If you're connected to Wi-Fi, if you're not, what this will do is just download, it'll upload the data, and then you have the inspection data. You can generate the report right here. As I say, if you are out in the field, upload it, and then somebody at home or an admin or anybody in the office can do the report while you're going on to the next inspection. So you
Nice.
generate the report. You can also transfer authority from one inspector to the other.
Hmm.
And that was a big change we made last summer, because if Ben is dropping it off and Nick is picking it up,
Right.
we have to make sure that that's a clean change, and so you can transfer the authority from this. Also, like I say, manage your inspectors and your multiple devices. And this dashboard we're working on constantly to upgrade and make it easier to use. And the more feedback we've gotten, we've got a lot of inspectors with multiple units and multiple inspectors out there who've given us a ton of input as to as to how to make this dashboard work better. And we're always working on it. We've got some changes coming this year as well, but for right now, you can add your clients, delete the information. So it's a very, very easy way for you to manage your business.
That's a great comment that you have. It's great insight of your company listening to your inspectors who can provide valuable feedback, and it helps them and it helps you provide a better service. It's really what InterNACHI does too. Just to tell you, like we're not very smart over here. We just listen to our members and they ask us for things and we try to provide it to them. So it's
Well,
nice to hear.
absolutely, and that's really what has made us stand out. And we have a great product, but a great product is one thing, but if you don't give people good customer service, if
Yeah.
you don't listen to what they want, I don't think we would have. I'm going to mention a little bit later on, our growth between 2019 and 2020 just on the pro was incredible, and that's because we did. If we hadn't listened to our clients, I don't think we would have gotten nearly as far, because there was a lot of features that the original product didn't have that were necessary.
Yeah.
But here's the important part. We'll do a little drum roll. The Radon iPro is, we have special pricing for InterNACHI, using the promo code InterNACHI20. Guess we'll have to update that for 21, but it's list price is $795, and InterNACHI members get $715, 10% discount.
Right.
And we'll talk about some of our other products. That counts for all of our products we have listed.
Wow.
You get that promotion.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay. Well, we appreciate it. So now what I'm going to do now is go through, we said we're going to do a little bit of a kind of a competitive landscape. This is an overwhelming looking chart, and I'm not going to go through line by line by line, but I just wanted to kind of point out, the main competitors that we have. Obviously, it's Sun, Corinthian, the Air Things, and also we run into a Rattlelink product a lot because of their rental program. So just want to go through just a few things. 1028 XP is one of the newer products from Sun. Got a lot of questions about it in terms of accuracy. We come out ahead. Really, where we really excel, as I mentioned before, is in the radon counting sensitivity. Ours at 30 counts per hour per picocurie per liter. We're 11 times more sensitive in terms of sensitivity with this unit. Theirs at 2.7. So higher sensitivity is more reliable inspections is really what it comes down to. As far as alarms, this is not a huge thing, but they don't have one. Here's a real important issue: warranty. Ours is of 1 year on all of our products. The Sun XP, 90 days. So your investment is protected significantly longer. I mentioned the price, $715.50 for InterNACHI members. The XP is $995 list, but they have an LTE module, which is an extra cost. They also have an environmental module, which is an extra cost. And with the LTE, there is a monthly fee from, I think it's AT&T or one of the phone companies. So we have basically better performance, better value, no extra charges on that one. Going to the 1030, which is the top of the line Sun Radon. This one significantly improves on sensitivity, but we're still, as you can see, 2x, 2x sensitivity performance there. In terms of data storage, we're storing a year worth of data. They've got 1,650 data points, which is data points are usually 1 hour. So it stores data for longer periods. But again, what we're looking at here is the warranty. We're a year, they're 90 days. That's a huge thing when you're talking about protecting your investment. And then in terms of price, it's an $11.95 list price. So significantly better value on the Pro, 2x performance on sensitivity.
Really nice.
Now we're going to talk about the Rattlelink AirCat rental. And the reason I brought this up is that a lot of inspectors, especially the smaller startups or guys who don't have a whole big staff, like this idea. And it's kind of like if you've ever bought furniture at one of Aaron's or a court furniture kind of place. You're getting it, you're paying more in the end, but you're paying less up front. And that's really kind of where the AirCat is. It's a very good quality, very high. You see the sensitivity is really good. It's there's no display, which a lot of our inspectors like, the OLED display, so you can see actually the reading. So it's easy to understand and an informative display. But it's a very good quality machine. But here's some of the negatives. Doesn't support iPhone. Now, I don't know about you, Ben. I mean, I have an Android, but I would say at least half, probably more, of our inspectors are using iPhone, iOS, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree.
no support for the for iPhone. It's no Wi-Fi. It's a Bluetooth, but really the iPhone support is something. And price-wise, here's where it really gets into quantity 1 through 4, $165 a month. Multiply that by 12, and you're looking at almost $2,000 a year, and you don't own the unit. It's and I understand 165 a month. It's easier than putting out 800, 1,000, 2,000. But if you really look at it from an investment point of view, you're paying almost $2,000. And if you're if you're using 5 of them a month, now you're paying thousands of dollars a year, and you don't own anything at the end. There's an activation fee as well to get it started. So good quality units, don't support iPhone, and 2.5 times plus, more expensive annually. And with ours, you actually own the unit after you finish. So I think that one is a good comparison again for the Pro. And last but not least, the Corinthian Pro. In terms of sensitivity, you can see we're 8 times higher. No display, no alarm. Again, no iPhone support. Yeah, and price-wise, they're listing at $12.99, so significantly better value on the Pro, 8x performance, and ours are available right now. There's been, I think, some issues with delivery on the Corinthian Pros since the fall, and it's so where you can get them right away. They're lower cost and the higher performance.
Well, you're beating everybody on accuracy, sensitivity, the device to be used, and the overall price.
Right.
Yeah.
So which is why we've done well. And when we come up with why Radon Pro, again, best radon detection sensitivity, and that's been independently validated. I'll talk a little bit about that when we talk about our consumer monitors. And our PP and our SB listed, feature-rich, wireless connectivity, easy report generation, strong technical support and customer service. We're a fast-growing company. We actually grew over 500% from 2019 to 2020. So that's and that comes with a lot of running around and a lot of late nights and a lot of hard work. But we're actually and we're affordable. So it's a good combination, which is why we've been so successful, man. So wanted to add to this world-class customer service. And this is something, as we were talking about before, not just are we listening to our clients in terms of features and benefits, but we're getting a couple of things. We're getting the product out there very fast. No long waits to get your device. If you place your order on our website, typically by 2 p.m. Pacific time, and a lot of our vendors are in the Midwest and East Coast, so that pretty much the whole day there. it'll usually ship out that day. Almost always, but if I say always, you know, I'll get a call. No, 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 it didn't ship out, but almost always Monday through Friday, that's going to ship out the same day. There's a tremendous amount of value in that. Standard shipping in the US is free, so ground shipping. And I can't tell you how many times I've had a call, hey, can you get this out today? And these are not our regular customers, but they're looking for another brand and they just need something for a inspection the next day, and we can overnight it or get it to them quickly. So no waiting for the device, fast, responsive customer service 7 days a week. As much as I hate to admit that, you
Yeah,
know, you know, we know that your inspectors are out there working Saturdays and Sunday.
for
So you're
sure.
not on your own. If you're doing that Saturday afternoon inspection and you need help right away, you're going to get it.
Huh.
Last week, my girlfriend and I were hiking. It was a beautiful day here in the Bay Area, and I got a call from somebody in Michigan who was having an issue, and I took it, and you know, they couldn't believe that anybody actually answered. And we helped them get through it. And so, you know, I've had Sunday calls, Saturday. You know, I'm not telling you to call me on Saturday, but we're there. And we have a full staff of engineers and tech support folks to help. So you don't have to wait for your device, fast and responsive. And we offer product training for you and your staff. We
Hmm.
make it easy for new inspectors and all you grizzled vets who know it all, we teach you how to use the unit. Because if you're using something else, you know, honestly, it's a little different. You
Yep.
have to get to, you know, learn how to use it. Sometimes people get frustrated. Hey, this is not the way my XYZ, you know, unit works. So we go through it. We have how-to guides. We do virtual training sessions are available to get you up and running and efficiently, you know, earning money with your pro.
Yep. That's, you know, it's hard to jump ship, but if you make it easy for us, yeah, I can
Yeah,
see.
no, and I know that. And believe me, I've had many conversations with people. It's very hard to change, especially if you've been using something for years. And even if there's always something that you want better or different. But we have managed over the last year to convert a lot of people who are using some of the competitors we've talked about because of our, you know, great customer service, the quick waits, and the training.
Hmm.
So it's really worked. But you know, we got a long way to go. So that's why we keep doing these a lot more people to convert. And next step we want to talk about, we won't go into too much detail on this, but you know, help and build your radon business with our consumer monitors to create a new revenue stream. You know, after the inspection is complete, what do you do then? Most inspectors just leave and move on, but we actually have a lot of inspectors we work with who are now offering a long-term continuous monitor, especially if the test came out, let's say 2.7 and above or in the threes. So you don't require mitigation, but it's something to look at. People don't think twice about having a smoke detector or a carbon monoxide detector in the house. And I mean, this is probably long-term more dangerous or as dangerous, let's say.
Hmm.
And so this is an education process that we're really working on to get people to understand that long-term, you know, long-term is really where it's at. In a 2-day sort of a snapshot test, all you're getting is those moments, those 48 hours. It long-term, I think you need at least, I think it's like 90 days of continuous testing in order to really get a feel. And so we have programs, and I had mentioned it last time, our referral program, and I'll talk about it a little bit here again, to, you know, so that you can sell these without having to stock them or invest in them. But these use the same, you know, the same patented technology, the same chamber, same 30 CPH per picocurie per liter. So they're excellent units, and they're very sellable, you know, and it's a great way to increase your revenue stream. I'm going to talk a little bit more about our EcoCube. This was just released when we spoke last time. I had mentioned we were about to release it. I think we did it December 17th, the webinar, and I think it was like the 20th, 21st. So a few days later, we released it.
Hmm.
Actually, in that time, we have won an award from the 2021 Consumer Electronics Show, the big CES show, as we won an innovation award in the health and wellness category for the,
Nice.
you know, for the EcoCube. So
Nice.
that was really exciting. I mean, it had been out 1 month,
Yeah.
and you know, it's a small, very high quality, built-in Wi-Fi connectivity, and it's really starting to take off. And it, you know, fits right in with your, I put a nice little picture on this. You can see you put it on your shelf. It's tiny. If you can see that, I've got one right here.
There you go. Yep.
Fits in the palm of your hands. And very, very easy, very compact design. And again, it's a innovation award winner. So it's a really nice unit for you to sell post inspection. And this has been independently validated by third parties, the University of Michigan, Kansas State, I think up in Canada, the University in Calgary, and we've had a couple of other universities that have done tests, with the radon eye, and performed identically to some of the industry's, research grade. So you have a $9,000, Alpha Guard or Rad 7, a pylon, and in terms of the performance, this is, pretty much identical for under $200.
Hmm.
So just like to talk about that because we're not just saying it's good, it's been validated by third party.
Hmm.
Referral club, so business development opportunities. I talked a lot about that last time we spoke. The referral club, basically you sign up for it, you get a unique discount code, and then you can give out, we have all kinds of handouts that you can give out to your clients. They get a discount, 5% discount on any of our products. And as a referrer, you get a 10% commission. And basically no inventory, no investment. So all you have to do after an inspection is, say to the client, hey, how about long-term, you really should, 90 days is really where it's at. You should, especially you're in a state, Ben, which is at an extremely high,
Right.
average radon in Colorado. We have
Yep.
a lot of our inspectors in Colorado who are utilizing this program. We've got a few hundred referrers now, and it's really taken off. All you have to do just basically is just ask the question,
Yep.
and if they want it, so you don't have to stock any inventory, no investment, and you get a monthly commission, and it's an extra way to to earn revenue with Ecosense.
It's a great way for me to keep in contact with my clients too.
That's another thing. Exactly. Now you want referrals, instead of calling up and saying, hey, you got a referral for me, Bob?
Yeah.
Now, you're selling, now that they're a client and you keep in contact with them. It's a
Yeah.
really good program, and we're really, really excited about pushing this. We've also are going to be working on some partner digital marketing programs where we're going to help drive traffic to your website and social media. More traffic, of course, equals more business. And later this year, we're actually working on programs to connect inspectors with potential new clients. And we'll talk about that. Maybe you'll invite us back in the spring or summer, and we can talk
Sure.
about that, or the fall.
Heck
So,
yeah.
okay. So anyway, referral club and digital marketing, another way to earn with the Ecosense. So in summary, I mean, we've covered a lot. Hope we didn't cover it too fast, but I wanted to get into details. Why Ecosense? Well, industry leading radon detection sensitivity. Sensitivity, I mean, we've said this 10 times because it's really important that, these are very sensitive. So you're going to get very high quality inspections, independently, validated, top rated consumer monitors for long-term continuous monitoring, strong customer service and tech support. So we're fast, detailed, and focused responses, solely dedicated to radon detection and monitoring. We're not, looking at every single thing in the house. We're really focused on radon. And I think that this has really served us well. And we're a Silicon Valley technology-driven company. We can't stress that enough. We're fast-moving, dynamic, customer-focused, and we're working 90 hours a week to prove it. So that's what it feels like. So we're really trying to change the way that radon monitors are designed and sold. So that's why we'd like you to go with our Pro, our Radon Eye, and our award-winning Ecosense. So that then pretty much wraps it up.
Yeah.
If there's questions,
Yep.
have you got any questions or?
Yeah, we have one question about the code. Can you go back to where that code was written so that people can see the code? And then there's a question about how long does the promo code, how long is it good for?
Well, right now it's open. So we are, we've done so well, and you guys have been so helpful to us that there's no end date for that right now. So InterNACHI members will get the the discount.
Yep. Tyler asked, does being part, if you want to take a look at the questions too, Mark, but Tyler asked, does being part of this referral program break part of InterNACHI's ethics by receiving commissions as stated in the code of ethics? That's a fantastic question. Why don't you email me and I can loop you around with legal. I don't think there is, but why don't you just email me and I can have a formal answer for you as well. That's always in the minds of our home inspectors when we're doing things and we're making money on some other kind of revenue stream. Is it against any standards or a code of ethics? So good question.
All right, well, please let me know.
Matthew asks, is there any need for calibration?
Annual calibration, yes, is required, and it's done by Bowser Mourner in Ohio.
Yep. Do I need any certification for testing radon?
Depends on what state you're in.
Yeah.
Every state, some states require it. And if you do need, when those states require it, we do have QA, QC documents that you could use. We are listed in most states. As I said before, a lot of states require it. NRPP, NRSP, we have, you come to me, I have all the proof of the listings, and and I've done that with many inspectors. But if you need a QC and a QA program, we have it. And some states, like your state, Ben, is as high as the radon levels are, very lightly regulated compared with others. So
Yeah.
it's all depends where you are.
Let's see. You can also, I'm gonna put in the chat. You have an education team at InterNACHI. You can ask them about that, about your state in relation to radon. We have just about every piece of information you need about radon and regulations. And I looked up Maryland because it seems like that was the question about Maryland. And right now, the information that we have is there are no state regulations for testing in Maryland, but the state recommends to the public the environmental protection guidelines for testing. And they also refer to NRPP and NRSP, which this device, the Pro, complies with. And we have a radon test that is approved by those organizations, including AARST. So if you want to be certified through InterNACHI and your state doesn't regulate it, you may find out that your consumers will look for a certification from something. If it's not from the state, if you're in an unregulated state. So I recommend getting InterNACHI certified, and that certification program is free and online for InterNACHI members. Let's see. Tyler, the machine gathers 30 counts per hour. The report shows hourly numbers. Can you get a report with the 30 counts? How is the 1 hour number generated between the 30 counts?
The 1 hour number is the average of every 10 minutes it does an update. So it's the average of that hour is what we're doing, is each hour's data point. And you know what, if you give me Tyler's information, or Tyler can email me, and I'll give you my email address. I can go over that in more detail. Awesome. Directly.
Dave asks, what states are radon I not allowed?
We have no states where it's not allowed. We're working on finalizing some of the, in a couple of the states where we're in the final stages of meeting the requirements. Some of the requirements are have been tough, but we've actually should be good to go this spring in every state.
But the device itself has gone through something with NRPP or something?
Yes, NRPP and NRSP certified in both cases. Yeah. So certain states have different, every state has a little bit of a different way that they go about it. So we're working on, that's part of my job has been to work on each individual state and make sure we're up to snuff.
Yeah. Justin asked a question, I'm not sure, can we offer a preliminary 1 or 2 hour test to use to suggest and sell to customers a full paid test? Like, can they do a quick demo, I guess, of a 1 or 2 hour test?
Yes, yes. It's not up to regulation in a lot of states, but we do have a lot of inspectors who do this. They'll actually put it in. when they do their inspection, no charge, and then they leave it on there. And then if it's a high level, that's where the fast response, I mean, we'll get a first response in about 10 minutes and a first usable response in an hour. So if they do a 2-hour, minimum of 2-hour test, you can print a report.
Hmm.
So, but you do have the readout on the, the LED readout. So
Yeah.
within 10 minutes, they can get a basic reading in an hour. So most inspections are what, 3 or 4 hours, 3 hours?
Yep,
So
right.
by that time,
You're
so
there.
the answer is
Final
yes.
inspection.
It's not gonna, it's not gonna be an official test for most states, but you can do it and you can get a good answer. And I have a lot of inspectors who do that and then sell, say, hey, look,
Right.
you're looking really high after a couple of hours. Let's do a full 48-hour test.
I like that. I like that. Jonathan asks about the warranty. After the warranty period, will Ecosense still service the monitors?
Yes.
And what's the average setup time for the Pro? Umar
From
asks.
scratch, I would say about 10 minutes or so. 10 minutes to get it set up, started.
It's quick
everything.
because it's all Bluetooth and it seemed really
Very-
quick, easy.
Very simple. I'm going to say 10 minutes max.
Yeah. What's the expected life expectancy of a unit, a sensor?
Well, they're relatively new products. I would say we're looking at probably 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
What we're looking at.
Well, Mark, you did it again. You did a great webinar. Thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for
much.
telling us about Ecosense. If I was still doing radon tests, I think I'd sign up. This sounds like a fantastic time to do radon tests, and so easy and high tech, and the report looks beautiful. And what I really, really like is Ecosense listens to the inspectors and does something about that feedback. So I really appreciate it.
Okay, well, we appreciate you having us. Let me just do this.
Yeah.
Add my email address. I should have probably put it in there. It's Marc, M-A-R-C, .R, as in Robert, at ecosense.io.
Let's see, Ecosense.io.
So Marc, M-A-R-C .R at ecosense.io.
Okay.
If you have any
chatted
questions?
I think that was it.
You got it. Ben, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And we look forward to working with you. Thanks.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, everybody.
Okay.
Stay safe and
Take care.
healthy, everyone. See you later.
Thanks.
Bye.